woman, the child, and there is no age to dream. Dare to dream.
Exactly.
Dare to dream. And I would say that the only hurdle between your goal or your dream is the first action or first step you start taking towards receiving or being closer to your end goal. If you're visiting to a mandir or a masjid or any such places, I would say that we should be able to be a better person, a better human, a more compassionate, more sympathetic towards the other being who is there living in our society or the world for that matter. India.
Awakening of the inner power we have, all of us within us. I learned about the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, how sometimes we want to do something, but our subconscious mind is sabotaging us because there is a programming that comes from childhood or from other situations in our earlier life. So that was the next discovery, and that got me hooked forever. Nearly all of the countries I've been living, I have people that are still my friends. Super yummy vegetarian options. So yes. I love palak paneer. I love aloo gobi. There are so many, but yeah, dal makhani is like the one that it fits on the table. I never say no.
Grace is a quiet strength, and gratitude is a light that guides way forward to us. I am very grateful to each person who've been part of my journey. With that note, I welcome you all on the very first episode of Grace and Gratitude with Shayve. And I want to highlight the stories of the people who met throughout my journey, who has impacted my life in many ways, created the positive and lasting impact in shaping me the person I am, big or small, friends or family, even acquaintances. They have made me a better person each day. On that note, I would like to welcome my very beautiful guest, Inside Out. She's pretty, she's beautiful, she's a healer, mentor, and a modern yogini from Spain. I welcome you, Lourdes Pérez, on this very first episode of our podcast, Grace and Gratitude with Shayve. Over to you.
Thank you. It is a great pleasure to be here. And I'm really opening my heart to you, to your questions, and enjoying the process as well. It is a great pleasure. Indeed, I come from Spain, and when I moved to college, it's the time I started to feel that I wanted to explore the world. So I did part of my studies in Spain, but I also explored, especially to improve my English, to study abroad. And this opened up my mind to the whole world of possibilities that are in other countries, in other cultures, the beauty of connecting to other people that they have other traditions, and they, instead of thinking that they are different, they are actually enriching my life. So that journey started at college and it never ended.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. So I can see that your journey is really inspiring. I want to start from the very beginning. I want to know how the little Perez was and where she was born, what were her dreams. Is she happy with her older self?
Okay. As I mentioned, I'm born in Spain. I come from an area that is the Valencian community in Spain. It's a state over there. And in that state, I come from a place that is called Castellón, in the Valencia region. And it's by the sea. We have the Mediterranean. So the Mediterranean lifestyle has really shaped me. And the connection to the Mediterranean land also has really shaped me and makes me that person that is always chasing the sunshines, enjoying the beach. So I've been always a solar person, probably because I've been born in that place.
And I can see how the energy and the light follows you wherever you go. Yeah. So I want to know that your years in India were deeply transformative. Becoming a yoga and meditation teacher, studying yoga psychology, what did the chapter ultimately reveal to you about yourself?
About myself, it taught me that I had the possibility to heal my body, that I had the possibility to transform my life by transforming my mindset and the way also I was living my own emotions. So basically, I learned that I could heal from anything I had. When earlier is, oh, I've been born in this family, or I went through these experiences, or this happened to me at college, and I thought that is forever. And that pain will fade with the time, and that's it. But no, in India, with all the yogic practices, I learned that all of us, not only me, not only Lourdes, all of us, we have the possibility to heal ourselves if we want to.
So, how did that journey of being a healer or being a yoga teacher started for you? How did you landed up in India from all the way from Spain? What was your experience?
Okay, the reason why I came to India was actually because I was in the corporate world and I felt that I wanted to change the world. I wanted to contribute to create a better world than the one I was seeing on the TV. You know, as a kid, I was very impacted by all the things I was seeing, and it's like, it's not possible. People should have the possibility to live better. So I dropped my well paid corporate job, my comfort zone, and I decided I want to be a humanitarian. I want to work for an organization and use my mind and my talent to help to make this place a better. Make this world a better place. So I studied another master's degree in peace, conflict, and development studies, and eventually I started to work with the Red Cross. And the Red Cross brought me as the first mission, we call them missions, they brought me to India. So I always say, I didn't choose India, India chose me.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't choose yoga, yoga chose me as well. It's very interesting how it happened. And, you know, I actually opened my heart to both of them. And I call India Mother India because she's the mother of my spiritual awakening. So that chapter, of course, shaped me greatly who I am now. Absolutely. Yes.
That's
Yes.
actually wonderful. Yeah, so pondering upon more on your yogic journey, I want to know that when you look back, how did yogic and meditative practices help you remain centered and calm in a situation wherein people actually react in an extreme manner? So, how that you will say or advise to the people who doesn't have as much control on their emotions, that how yoga makes a lasting impact on such situations?
Very lasting. And actually, I always say I owe to yoga and meditation being a better manager and better leader. Because for me, what yoga taught me is to learn how to respond instead of reacting. So basically, yoga helped me to regulate my nervous system instead of being in the hyper mode all the time, because I'm already a hyper person, I'm full of energy. So yoga taught me how to transform that and be a conscious observer. So you are able to pause through your breath and observe your reactions. The reaction is happening in your body, but you are able to then respond instead of react from that natural, trigger. So that helped me a lot in meetings, especially high-level meetings when there are going on high-level advocacy meetings that we are advocating for the rights of the humanitarian rights of people. It helped me in situations that were very critical with natural disasters, and we had to take very strong decisions. So it actually made me a better person, definitely, and it made me a better manager also with my team.
So yeah, that's interesting to know, because when I meet nowadays with people, and now that we all learn about that, how emotionally intelligent being the main criteria even for the leadership roles to perform better or to even to give the promotions. So that was important for me to bring this point forward, and thank you for explaining so well.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next question, was there a scientific insight that truly surprised you? Something that validates what sage and spiritual traditions have been teaching for centuries?
Yes, there are many actually. Let me choose one. One of the things that, it made me think is like, wow, these yogis were so advanced, is how yoga already Patanjali and other sages, and even the practices of yoga, not only physical practices, also mental practices, also the breath, the mantra chanting, they actually help to transform the way you think in a more conducive way, in a way that you become more naturally positive, not toxic positivity, but a natural state of gratitude, positivity, acceptance, okay? And what happened is later when I started to study psychology, yoga psychology, I started to study also a bit of neuroscience, and I saw how neuroscience finally is saying our mindset is not just a frozen picture. We have the possibility to change the neuronal pathways that are in our brain. Therefore, we have the possibility to change the way we think, the way we react to certain things when we work on ourselves. And this is something that for me was science and spirituality coming together hand by hand, and really it helped me when I go to corporates, when I work with leaders. It helps me to bring that part of science and the part of spirituality together, so people who are more mental can also understand that this is not just, woo woo spirituality, or new age spirituality. No, it's something that is very deep, and finally science has come across the same conclusions, which is amazing.
So when you came first here in India and you started the yogic practices, how was the influence? Like, how did you start getting into yoga, and how did it attracted you to learn more and more?
Maybe the first surprising experience was that when I started yoga, I actually started when I was in Bhubaneswar, in Orissa. And I had a friend and a teacher, and she saw my posture. I came to yoga with a very bad back, with a lot of back issues. Kyphosis, meaning hunchback, not bad posture, really hunchback, scoliosis, hyperlordosis, and I had always pain. The pain was a constant in my life, although I was very young. And the doctors told me the only way to remove my hunchback was through an operation. Imagine, you open, you put a metal plaque
Yeah.
over there. It was
Yeah.
a very serious
Yeah.
operation.
Yes.
I could not go through that. For me, it was terrorizing just thinking about it. It was very scary. So I left it there, and I was going to physiotherapists, etc., etc. Yoga came into my life. This teacher told me, wow, your posture is so bad. I said, yeah, but I cannot do anything with it. I know it's chronic. It's only through operation, so I have to survive like this. And she told me, not true. I'm going to give you 2 asanas, and you practice them every day. And after 1 month, if you don't see any slight change, you tell me, I'll give you variations. So I started these 2 asanas that were taking me not even 5 minutes per day. I was doing them every day. After 1 month, my body started to be able to do these shoulders, to roll back, which was impossible.
Wow.
After 4 months, I could see myself for the first time with a straight back in the mirror.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing.
And I had tears because I felt, what is this? This had no cure. Then after 6 months, I could manage to walk straight. So it's a process. It's not a pill. It's not a, it's not a operation that you then recover the operation and then you are fixed. Yoga is more a slow path, but it's the more secure, are long-term, effect, sustainable effect. So I cannot be more grateful. So that was the first shock I got. Like, oh my God, this is a very serious and really has effects.
Yeah, true.
So my scientific mind had to bow to the wisdom of yoga and say, okay, there is something very deep here, And then my heart started to open, and I started to wanting to learn more and more. First, to heal myself. I never thought I would be a yoga teacher. I never thought in my wildest dreams, because I was seeing my yoga teacher like, like, wow,
Yeah.
something to achieve, that peace of mind, that posture, that healthy body, etc. And, yes, I was always thin, so that was not an issue, but my body was aching, So it was incredible, an incredible journey. That was my first step. And then the Raja Yoga started, more the yoga of the mind, on how to reprogram the mind, how to reprogram our samskaras, that are the imprints that we have in the subconscious mind. I learned about the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, how sometimes we want to do something, but our subconscious mind is sabotaging us because there is a programming that comes from childhood or from other situations in our earlier life. So that was the next discovery, and that got me hooked forever. Forever. I'm still hooked there.
Yeah.
Learning and always researching, trying to research more, learn more, to be always a better mentor for the people that work with me, for my students, my clients,
Yeah, I say it's a continuous journey, it's a process. You have to get better every day.
Yes.
So I want to know more about that. I remember when we were talking earlier, you're talking about the feminine leadership that you are, nowadays talking on in various sessions, various places. So when you say that it's feminine leadership, what do you mean about it, and how does it make impact in the leadership roles for a woman?
Okay. Well, let me start with something a bit more simple. We all have feminine and masculine energy within us, regardless of our gender. Okay. This is also something that I learned through yoga and the yogic teachings. And but when you actually embody it, when you realize in you and you see how it's impacting the way you operate in the world, makes a lot of sense, because we as women, we have learned leadership roles mainly from other men. Because when we come into these leadership positions, at least in my case, I was surrounded by males, very few times by women. And I love them, and they've been really good mentors. But something I realized is that we've been learning leadership from a masculine approach. The masculine approach might work well for men, but the masculine approach carried out by a woman, it really tires you.
It's
It
draining.
is draining. You are always in activity mode. You are always in achieving mode. It's bad to be an achiever. No, it's not bad.
it's
It's bad
not.
when you don't balance it with rest, with knowing that you are capable of creating worlds with our feminine energy. And because we have that capacity that is natural, when we connect with our feminine energy, we can lead from a much more softer and intelligent place, without so much grinding, without so much, all the time being in action mode. And honestly, it's much more fun because it makes life easier, it makes life more juicy. And when we connect to that power that we have within, the teams enjoy their work because we are able to be playful, to enjoy. It's not all about the doing, it's also about the being. Feminine energy is about being that, that radiant self, unapologetically. And that honestly is transmitted to the teams you work. And it's so beautiful then when the team is mixed, men and women, that everyone brings their strengths. It's so beautiful because it's not you against me, it's not men against women, it's not men leaders are going to lose their seat because women leaders are coming. No, it's about together we are able to create a much better world.
True.
Because we have different talents.
Yeah, we have. So yeah, I agree with you. And as we all know that women are the giver. They give life, they nurture, and they are the one who can handle things simultaneously, many things. They are the multitaskers, and when they've been given the roles on the higher profile, and when they have to say on the table, I think they are the better person making the decisions, because they can think in many ways and they connect emotionally as well. So yes, we need to acknowledge the fact. And
Yeah,
this,
what actually you are saying is the multidimensionality
yes,
of the feminine energy.
yeah,
Masculine energy is very directional, feminine energy is multidimensional. So that's why we can be multitasking, etc., etc. And yes, women, we are the givers of life.
Yes.
But men, they are the givers of structure and protection.
True.
And that's the big misconception we are having. Women, we think that we are givers of everything. And no, that's the masculine energy that obviously we have as well. So we can be a bit givers, but how are our bodies made to receive?
Yeah, true.
now women, I would say depending, subject that women have, the modern and accomplished women have nowadays, is to learn to receive.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's another perspective you've given me. Never heard it earlier. So I want to come on the point that how diverse you are, as you have lived in different countries, different cultures, traveled through the world. So being a woman, how was it for you to, travel through the different culture? How that left you in a different situation? Was it difficult? Was it easy for you? How did you evolve traveling through the world? That impact that we want to know.
Yes, definitely. First of all, I would like to say the world is a safer place than what they want us to believe through the news. So that, let me tell you, thank God, is a better place, and humanity is much better than what they want us to believe as well. Because there is a lot of capacity to control people through fear. Oh, if I fear to go to another country because they are different or they are going to harm me or whatever, then people get stuck. Okay, so that is one thing. However, I'm not going to be naive. Yes, it is challenging as a woman. I started to be traveling the world like 20 years back. And, it is not easy in many instances, So I will not say, oh, everything is like rose color, No,
Yeah.
I had to also work hard, very hard. And I had to prove myself many times, much more than men, simply because I was a woman and I was in countries where women leadership was still not so accepted, or not accepted. Maybe the word would be they were not used to. So sometimes it could be a bit shocking that you come as a team leader, for a project, or or you have a full delegation with you, and it's not that they will reject. Simply, it's like, they don't really know how to handle that initially. So, yes, I had situations in which I felt, oh my God, it's so horrible to be a woman. Why? Let me be honest.
Yeah, true.
And then when I started healing that wound that most women, I would say 99% of women, we have a bit of a wound towards the world and the masculine because of how women have been treated over centuries. The moment I started to heal that, because I said to myself, and this obviously was something that was coming through meditation and yoga, is like, if the wound is within me, I will keep attracting people, events, and circumstances that will remind me of that wound. So I better heal it, so I attract different circumstances. So I heal it because I felt it was good for me and for my teams, the people around me. And then it was beautiful because then you rediscover the power of your feminine energy that has been suppressed for centuries. And it's so beautiful. And then your teams thrive so much. And then it's when I realized, you know what? It's so beautiful to be a woman.
Yeah. So, on this journey, did you make friends in different culture? Did you learn about the different cuisine? What is your favorite food that you would say that you really like in India?
Wow. Of course, I made friends. I made friends that are brothers and sisters from different mothers, absolutely. And I can say that for India. I can say that for Egypt. I can say that for Italy as well. I can say that for nearly all of the countries I've been living. I have people that are still my friends that I met either there in the country, that they were locals, they belong to the country, or maybe they were also expats like me that were living there by the circumstances. But definitely your mind goes from here to here. Like the expansion of the vision you have about the world changes so much and makes you realize we are definitely one human family. And that is priceless, because then you don't go to a country judging. They are this, they are that, they are this religion, this other religion, or they have these customs, or these other customs, these traditions. Yeah, maybe your traditions are not aligned, but you will be able still to respect it, unless that is something that goes against your values. And it's very important also when you travel the world to know your roots. When you are rooted in your family, in your community, and you are able to explore the world, you don't lose yourself. And that to me was giving me balance, knowing that I'm very rooted with my family, my Spanish self, but at the same time, I'm a very desi girl. I have my Indian, heart for sure, and that shaped me tremendously. And I accepted the cultures and the religions with an open heart. And I mean, you've seen me like, I can go and meditate in a temple, in a mandir, in a Hindu temple, or in a church, in a mosque. To me, there is no differentiation because everything is sacred.
Yeah, true. So beautiful. So I want to know what is the desi food that you really love? Yeah.
I forgot about that
Yeah.
question. I love dal makhani. I
Dal
love,
makhani, yeah?
love. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you love
yes,
it,
yes.
yeah?
Love it, yeah. But Indian food, there are so many things I love because,
Hmm?
I'm vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like super radical, but I'm not vegan, but in India you have so many super yummy vegetarian options. So I love
Yes.
palak paneer, I love aloo gobi, I mean, there are so many, but yeah, dal makhani is like the one that if it's on the table, I never say no.
Did you learn how to cook it?
Yes,
Yeah?
yes, yes. But I learned the more modern recipe. Otherwise, the
Easier
traditional
one.
recipe,
Yeah.
exactly, it's so,
Yeah. It's
it
time
takes,
taking.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
takes
Yeah.
time.
Good to know. So, yeah, I want to know about that. What do you think that if somebody has to contribute to create more peaceful world, like people who are the common people, who are not the healers or not sitting on the corporate roles, so for that matter, how you advise them how they can contribute living in their own spaces, they can create a better world, and contribute within in their own space, to make the world more harmonious, a more inclusive world for everyone.
That's a beautiful question because many people think that if we are not in leadership positions or in top positions, we cannot do anything for the world. And that is such a limiting belief.
True.
Because in reality, I always go by this sentence from Gandhi: be the change you want to see in the world. You want more peace in the world? Create peace within you first. We cannot give to the world what we don't have. If we don't have peace within us, how we are going to create a peaceful family? How we are going to create a peaceful relationship with our kids? How are we going to create a peaceful team? If there is drama within us, if we are getting, angry for nothing, if we are very reactive, like we normalize certain ways of behaving simply because we see them very often, but they are not natural. They are normalized, but not natural. So we want to create a more peaceful world. We start within us and within our close circle, with our family, with our friends, with the people who are living outside the house that maybe they are not having, such a comfortable life as us. So in your close circle is when we start the peace process, and we believe that that doesn't have an impact. It has a massive impact because that person that maybe was in difficulties, that friend that was in difficulties that you help, that you support, that person is going to rise and then do the same thing with other people.
True.
So that's how we create change in the world.
Yeah, that's actually a ripple effect.
Exactly.
When we do good to one person, that one person is doing good to another one, and this is how we can all come together in creating a better world. That's what I feel. And you said it
Absolutely.
very well, very right, that it comes from home. So we start within the family and teaching the same values to our kids, and this is how we are creating a better world
Yes,
altogether.
yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to come to a point looking back at the last decade. What has been your most profound spiritual lesson that you have actually learned?
Oof. In one decade, I tell you
So
there are
many.
so many. One that is now coming to my mind and for me was very important was to understand that if unconditional love does not include myself, it's incomplete. You know why for me it was important? Because I was that girl that was always, people pleasing, always trying that everyone around me is good and happy, very often neglecting my own needs, very often neglecting my needs. I was doing things that maybe I didn't want to do, but because I knew the other person was happy doing them, then I would do. So I realized that that was not unconditional love. That was how I learned the idea of unconditional love. And I was putting always myself at the last. But it was in everything, at work, in everything. So it took me, a big, a slap of light, as I always say, to awaken to the truth that if that love does not include yourself, if you are not respecting your needs, if you are not respecting your emotions, it's going to be very difficult to really be in this world centered and strong, because you get depleted all the time giving, you get very depleted. So it's very important, that balance. The love you give to others, you also need to give it to yourself. Then the world becomes a much better place.
Yeah, so that's amazing to know. I want to come back again to something that connect casually with
Yes.
the people. That did you watch the Bollywood movies while you were here in India? Yeah.
Of course, absolutely.
So which,
Actually,
yeah.
it's very interesting. The first movie that I saw about India was by I forgot the name of the director. Sorry, but it is the Monsoon Wedding.
Okay.
That was the
Yeah.
first movie I saw being in Spain.
Okay.
I was mesmerized by the music. Something hit me inside. I was mesmerized by the colors, and I thought to myself, one day I will visit India. That's it, But it felt like that distant dream, from Europe. And then, funnily enough, the universe brings me here. And I came initially for 6 months. I stayed 6 years, then 2 more years back and forth. And of course, I've been watching many Bollywood movies. And I remember as well the first movie I saw in a movie theater in India was Mehuna.
Mehuna. Yeah,
Yes,
Shah Rukh
Shah
Khan
Rukh Khan.
movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. And it was such an experience because, the movie theaters in Bhubaneswar at the time when I came, it was like a full party when the music was coming. Like people were on the chairs, dancing and singing. I was like, wow, used to the European movie theater. So it was so much fun.
So who is your favorite actor or actress for that matter?
Wow, that's difficult because I've been now out of India for like 10 years. So I come back and forth. But so I would have difficulties, to be honest, to choose one. Definitely I've seen Shah Rukh Khan for many years. And I also saw him in Malaysia. He came for when I was living in Kuala Lumpur, he came for a Bollywood show, a performance, and that was so much fun. So I've been maybe following him a bit more, but there are so many, like Kareena Kapoor, like so many that are like, and I find that Indian women they are so gracious and beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, but you are so beautiful and pretty, and I can say that you're very beautiful from inside as well. So, can you give a tip to the women out there that how to maintain such beautiful skin the way it's lighting on your face? Any tip you can give to
Wow,
our
thank
audience?
you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
I'm a person that I go all natural. I eat clean. And it's not that I eat clean because I have to. I eat clean because I enjoy it. So for me, anything that inflames my body is a no. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink tea. I drink it sometimes. I'm not saying, oh, no, 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 no. Sometimes, but it's not my daily routine.
Okay.
So my daily routine is like clean foods, loads of, vegetables, making sure of the protein and the healthy fats, like of course my olive oil, being Spanish and from my region for sure. So the food is one thing. Then secondly is the skincare. So I went on natural products for already 10 years. My skin totally changed. Totally.
Oh wow.
Natural products without parabens, without toxicity in them. It's and sometimes I even make my own creams
That's amazing
with
to
like
know.
rose
Yeah.
water and some oils. And really, for me, it works. It doesn't mean that works for every person. That it works, and also doing facial yoga. That to me, not the facial yoga that you only do massage. No, like you do exercises with the muscles, so your tone remains, because I
Okay.
decided I would not want to go into the industry that tells us women that you have to put the Botox and you have to put the fillers and you have to put the, all this to maintain
Yeah.
yourself beautiful. I decided that, okay, you know what, I will try to age gracefully and I will look after myself for that matter. Of course, it's not that I don't do anything. No, I do my massages, but I do them myself, So yeah, but thank you that you mentioned that,
Yeah,
because
so that's actually, I would say it's your yoga, then your practices, and of course, that what you eat.
yeah.
Um,
One thing that actually makes women, every woman, more beautiful? Inner work. When we heal the things that hurt us, when we heal our resentment, when we heal our victim consciousness, there is a light that comes from inside that is unstoppable. And every woman feels prettier because you don't carry the burden of the pain.
You're right. Yeah. So I'm already feeling the same energy. I want to bring another topic here. I know that many women goes through their perimenopause or menopause, and during that time they suffer a lot. They are in different kind of stress. They are coping with their internal hormones. And nobody around them actually understand, because that's not normal that people learn about the situation or their condition, what they are dealing. So, what do you advise these women that using any act or any, maybe breathing exercise or something that may help them to cope up with the situation in a better way?
Yes. I'm a person that I learn very much by doing, so I didn't cross that bridge yet. But obviously, as all of us, we have to cross it,
Yeah, true.
Something that I feel that it's very important is not only the nutrition, but the exercise. So tremendously important. So I decided before any symptom starts, I will already start my preparation, and I believe that the balance between exercising your body for stretching, more like yogic exercises, and exercising your body for strength, weight
Yeah,
training and
yeah.
strength training, is really life changing. And you don't need to be obsessed about it. Just one day you do one, another day you do the other one. So you do like maybe 4 times per week. In my case, yeah, because I give yoga classes, so I exercise nearly every day, Maybe sometimes I take a break the weekends. But the exercising and the food for that period of your life changes a lot how the hormones get balanced. Very often, you don't even need to for hormonal replacement. That's what I've seen with other women. Again, I'm not an expert on that field. And then something else is using the tools that in India are so available, like all the breathing exercises, meditation, mantra chanting. All the feminine mantras like Durga mantra, Lakshmi mantra, etc. They bring that activation of the
The
divine
positive
feminine
energy.
within you, so you regain that, level of femininity. Because, let me tell you one thing as well. In my feminine energy path, something I learned is that women have been taught that menopause is like, the beginning of the end. Actually, guess what? Menopause is when women become super powerful.
Oh,
It's when women, all the energy that we use to produce, our eggs, to produce kids, that energy is transformed into serving the world. And then that woman is not taking any longer bullshit, sorry for my English. She will speak her truth because she has been empowered. She will, speak up against injustice. She will be also a Durga, not only Lakshmi. She will embody other aspects of the feminine energy. So we have to start reframing how we see that period of time. It's a very powerful one,
yeah, that's amazing to know. Actually, she becomes more, she's not limited within
Exactly.
herself. And I think that awareness of that she's going through all of this is required. Other people who are around the woman should also understand and be more compassionate for that
Of
matter.
course.
Yeah.
Yes,
So that is
yes.
also required. Maybe we'll have another session
On
on
that.
that someday.
With
Yeah.
pleasure.
Yeah. So I actually want to know, because everybody sees the success of a person when we reach to a certain place. We start admiring, and we think that it's very easy for everyone to reach to certain places, even though nobody knows the journey behind it, our struggles, our difficulties, how that we have reached to that part, what were the ups and downs to handle that particular situation, and how, many pullbacks brings you to a certain profile that you are there. Though I respect everyone who's there, or who's not even there and want to be there. All respect for everyone. But I want to know that, if you, because my belief is that even if we have a failure, or there is something that is stopping us to reach to a certain level or a place, that is also for a reason or a purpose behind it. So sometimes the failure is also leaving a positive impact on all of us, and give us a chance to grow in many folds,
Absolutely.
right? So I want to know if you can actually name a failure you are grateful for, and what did it actually teaches you?
You know, it's there are many failures in my life, or what people would see as failure, and at that time I saw as a failure, and then I actually realized that was a protection
Yeah, so
and a
that's what I
blessing.
wanted to hear. Yeah.
And now I always say thank you, God, for all the doors that you closed before my eyes, because they were not a block, they were a protection. So for instance, I'm going to tell you one that is super personal. It's the one that is coming, so I'll be honest. Maybe I could think about other ones that are more digestible. But before I came to India, I was in a very serious relationship with a guy that I love dearly, and after doing a big change, moving from one country to another country because of him, after 1 month, he actually left me. He decided to break up. You know, and he was a person I actually thought he was my man for all my life. So the level of heartbreak and the level of feeling of failure that I had was tremendous, because, I had left another country where I was studying and when I was working and where I was thriving. I went back to my home country where actually I did it because of him, and then all this ends. I was broken. I was heartbroken, but also in my mind as well. And then I realized that actually that was the portal for me to decide to go for my dreams unapologetically. Because sometimes we women say, oh, okay, if we are going towards marriage, I will not do this, I will not do that, because, marriage is going to be the next step or whatever. Then I didn't have that. I was totally alone. Yes, I felt lonely. Yes, I felt lonely, but I was also free. So then I decided that to make that is like, okay, the right person will come later. I'm going to go for my dreams unapologetically. And that became my motto in my life. The moment I decided to go for my dreams is when actually my spiritual awakening started without me even knowing, because going for my dreams was to become a humanitarian. Then guess what? The universe brings me to India. Then my awakening starts. Can you imagine how the universe plays in your favor when a door is closed? Very often it's not to knock again. Very often it's because it's a protection. It's like, no, darling, it's not through there.
Yeah.
Sometimes the door is closed so you can become more fierce and knock it again. But we
True.
need to learn
Yeah.
when we need to knock again, and we need to maybe break that door, and we need to also know when that's not the path.
Yeah, so you said it right, and I believe that in every situation, be it a heartbreak or somebody we loses in real life, or we are not able to make it where we want to, in every situation, there is opportunity we see from an angle. Either we can be a victim or a warrior. And I choose to be a warrior, and I see you chosen to be a warrior in that situation. Sometimes there is a situation we keep on focusing on the situation, that why did it happen, why me all the
Yes,
time,
yes.
and we are focusing energy on a wrong thing, and that is the hindrance for us to grow better and bigger. And maybe the god, or maybe that universe wants to show you the better path by putting you in that particular situation. So our focus should be right and way forward, that this is our path and we have to think positive to come out of it.
Absolutely.
And yeah, that's what I wanted to highlight through
Yeah.
the question. I want to ask you another question: who have been a quietest but a most powerful influence in your journey, and who has actually helped you, the person that you are today? Who do you want to give the credit of your success, or that can be
Yeah.
you yourself? How did they actually show up in your life?
You know, you're putting the question and I'm getting my eyes a bit watery. It's my mom. Because, you know, she's been that warrior. And, you know, I also decided, you know what? Yeah, there is a warrior in me. But I also want to embrace the soft in me. Women, we've been forced to be warriors. Women who are about achieving, going far in life, self-accomplished, etc. And it's so needed that we have women like that on this earth, you know. But the warriorship in us sometimes is too hard. Sometimes we just want to relax and be taken care of. And, you know, we need that balance. So my mom has been that warrior that she managed to do incredible things for the three of us. We are three girls and we didn't have the support from my dad. So she really had to work very hard, and she had to be the loving mother, the woman who would come after work and still sit with us if we wanted, you know, to have some support with our exams, and at the same time manage the house, and at the same time, you know, work outside the house. Wow, I don't know how she made it, you know, but in me, she built the strength of not giving up. Like giving up was not an option, you know, of the strength of also of knowing that as a woman, you need to be financially independent to be emotionally dependent. You know, like to be
Yeah.
able to soften, you know, with the man of your life without losing, you know, also your vision. What are you here for, you know?
Yeah.
So
So
it's her definitely.
high regards and respect for your mother. I that's completely relatable, because the way I feel for my mother, she has been my strong support all throughout, be it my studies, and we are so many sisters, and it was not that easy. But she's been a great support always, and I'm so grateful for her being my mother. She chose me as
God bless
her.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And also, I want to thank to my husband, because after my marriage, I think I evolved better and more confident, as a more confident person after my marriage, and I am happy that I've got a partner who is a better self, and who completes me.
Yeah, and actually, that's what a good marriage looks like.
Yeah.
When, you know, the masculine aspect of the marriage, the husband, supports the woman in her plenitude. You know, like it's not only that you support your man, it's like this man supporting your dreams as well. And that's what makes you as a woman a better person, as you just said, you know, because you have that anchor. That's beautiful. That's how
Yeah.
it should be.
Yeah, I think I attract good people in my life. So, do I have attracted you as well for my first ever podcast? With you know, having such amazing person speaking next to me, you inspire me in many ways, and also all throughout my journey from my childhood to the, you know, where I'm a mother of 18 years, 19 years old, and another is 12 years old boy, and I'm a proud mother of these two. All throughout this journey, I've met beautiful people in my life. I'm lucky that I've got a friends who've been my great support and who are there for me always. And that's what I see, that when you see good in people, you attract good in your life.
Absolutely. So true, so true, so true. And when you want to become always a better version of yourself, you know, it's also one of the signs that, you know, the universe hears or God hears, and she sends you the right people near you. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I want to leave you here. Anything that you want to say in this podcast, and you want to connect with the audience or a woman, or you want to highlight any moment of your journey? Um,
Maybe, you know, a message to women, you know. because I love to work on feminine energy, as you know, and to create, harmonious environments at home, with the husbands, with the kids, at work, and still be women leaders, would be always go for your dreams. Sometimes we women put our dreams down so we can help men to achieve their dreams. Girls is not one or the other. It can be both. It
True.
can be we support him and we support our dreams as well, or we go for our dreams. If he's the right person, he will support that. If he's, an advanced man, he will support that. And when we go for our dreams, sometimes we'll shake the boat around us. We'll rock the boat, we'll shake people around us, because maybe you are the first woman in your lineage who dares to go across the world to do this, or who dares to create an NGO to support other women or other people. Like, maybe you are the pattern breaker in your generational lineage. That's uncomfortable for the others who are seeing your light. Still shine.
Yeah, you're paving the way for many who follows you behind, and you're making their path easier.
Yeah.
And I think you're chosen for it. So all hats off and salute to the women who are the first in their journeys and their yeah. So what you said, I agree completely, because I believe all the women, the child, and there is no age to dream. Dare to dream.
Exactly.
Dare to dream. And I would say that the only hurdle between your goal or your dream is the first action or first step you start taking towards receiving or being closer to your end goal. So don't feel that somebody comes and picks your hands up. You are self-sufficient. I would say that you have all that which can uplift you and bring you to the table. Feel your energies, feel your power, and start taking baby steps. You might not be there in just a blink of an eye. It's a journey. Your hard work and your consistent efforts bring you to the table.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes you have that objective, and maybe that objective you are not reaching there. But the fact that you walk towards there will open maybe another door that is actually the real objective.
Yeah.
That happens also.
Yeah, true.
Initially, maybe we think it's a detour. No, it's actually a redirection.
True.
Is God redirecting you towards your real thing, So the moment you always choose, okay, I'll go for my dreams, you are actually choosing of being in service to God.
How beautiful that is. Yeah. So before I move to my last question and my rapid fire, since we've been together on a delegation to Iran, and I know how apprehensive in beginning even you were to travel to Iran, even all the people who wanted to go with us to Iran, there was a little apprehension about that trip, and we get to speak in Tehran University, contribute in the Department of World Studies, met different people, had different cuisine. How was that experience left you, and what was your experience in visiting the shrine of Imam Reza alayhi salam?
I have a lot to say about Iran. Yes, I was a bit concerned due to the international political situation that recently the country went through. So I thought maybe it's not the best moment to go. I was not so scared for the inside situation because I know by my own experience how much lies, I'm sorry guys for whoever is in the media, how many lies we are told, or how much propaganda it is towards certain countries to be portrayed by the West in a certain ways, So that part I knew. I can be okay with that. It was more the international situation. But once I was there, I must say that Iran has a special energy. The moment I landed, when I entered the car to go to the hotel, already my heart was like opening. I was like, what is this? There is a special place, no doubt. I was so happy to meet Iranian people. I have Iranian friends outside, by the way.
Yeah.
And they are lovely, and, I really love them, and they are fun, and they are so much about hospitality and welcoming you, etc., and I feel very much a lot of connections also to the Spanish culture, that warmth that is there, for sure.
Yes.
But, they are overwhelmingly, generous with their guests, and they make you feel you are like somebody really special. And that's so beautiful. It's so beautiful and so pure. And to me, Iran has been a challenge as well, in the sense that such a beautiful challenge, Shayve, that this delegation was organized, and we are talking about female and women leadership in the University of Tehran.
Yes.
Who would have thought? Who would have? People told me, "Are you crazy? Are you going there to speak about that?" And you know how open the society is for a shift. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. And the
That's
women,
amazing.
they're,
Women
yeah,
are powerful.
powerful,
Women are
strong.
strong, and you can see that for many decades. This is coming from before they were empowered. You know, so I am very excited for what is coming for Iran.
Yeah, for them, there are role models as is Janabe Fatima, Janabe Zainab, and there are many amazing women who we look forward to as our role models. And so I want to know about how did you feel the energy in the shrine?
Yes, and that was my next part, you know, because very often people get confused. Oh, you go to a Muslim shrine, but you're Christian. How
Yes.
is that? If something I owe to India, that there are many things I owe to India, but one of them is to learn that a sacred place is a sacred place regardless. Regardless if it belongs to one religion or to another, or one tradition or to another, you know, because it's simply a sacred place on earth.
True.
You know, and that's how I lived it, and I felt very grateful to live it with you and to go with you, because obviously I don't know, let's say, the protocol or the rituals, or etc. So it was very beautiful to live it with you and live it with an open heart and feel the energy. And the energy was so pure and outstanding, you know. And I invite people to be able to be respectful towards any religion, towards any shrine, any church, any, you know, and very important, towards Mama Nature, because that's the temple.
Yeah, true.
You know,
True.
you know, it's not only this place that Allah place. Mother Nature is a full temple that we are misusing, and misusing a lot. You know, so the moment you get in contact with that sacredness in all things, there are no boundaries and limits, and you're able to feel the sacredness in every place, regardless of the tradition that is behind that. So I cannot be more grateful. It was beautiful.
Yeah, but I know how beautiful it is to know the different cultures and learn about them, or also their spiritual leaders and their messengers sent from the God. It's good to have knowledge, and then we admire ours even more and better in many ways. And I, being a Muslim, I've been to many places already. I've been to Sai Baba Mandir, I've been to Golden Temple, Iskcon Temple, and Ram Mandir for that matter. And I've been everywhere, eaten everywhere, in langars, in dastakhans, and different places as a parshad. With utter respect. And I would say that has actually evolved me as a person who doesn't even see these places as in spiritual places wherein we are connecting with some energy or a light, but also through these people's life journey we learn different things. And their superpowers, their the way they have been a humanitarian angle in each person's life.
Absolutely.
That makes us the better person.
Absolutely.
And that's where the core of visiting such places. And if we are visiting such places and we are not a good person, that means we are wasting our time. If we are visiting to a mandir or a masjid or any such places, I would say that we should be able to be a better person, a better human, a more compassionate, more sympathetic towards the other being who is there living in our society or the world for that matter.
Yeah, and actually, totally agree. And actually, there is a big difference, sorry, between somebody who goes to temples, does yoga, chants mantras. If that person, regardless of the religion and the tradition they are, if that person in the day to day is not a good human, is not treating well the people that they don't even know about them, is not, if that person has not embodied the values, that really make this society and this world flourish, what is that spirituality? It's fake.
Yeah,
It
if we
is
judge
fake.
people, criticize them,
Exactly.
and we are saying that we are
Exactly.
going to mandir every day, or somebody who's offering namaz all 5 days, and somebody is part of any bad thing happening anywhere, I would say they are not even a human being for that matter, be it what religion they come.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Regardless, like I always say, truth, I'm not going too often to church or to temples. I do when, maybe I'm traveling and, I want to experience, because to me, my temple is here. If I'm not a good person here, how I'm going to then go to a temple and think that that temple is going to make me a better person? It doesn't operate that way. It's your inner choice saying, I want to grow to be a better person. When they go then to those places because they are energetically charged, boom, your heart opens more. But you have to be willing to be a better human being, to create that better version of yourself.
So true, and I think we all are here with a purpose and a mission, and we should
Exactly.
find that purpose and do good to others so that good comes to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I am actually moving on to the rapid fire and one last question, which is there for every
Okay.
guest who comes to my podcast. Yeah,
Okay.
so I want to know you better. That is why I want to know these questions so that I know when I'm inviting you. Is it coffee or a tea for you?
Herbal tea.
Wow, herbal tea. Okay. Book you reread.
Oof, there are several. Okay, one book that I reread sometimes and I search for things is Conversations with God from Neil Donald Walsh. It's actually 4 books, and it gives amazing insights. Yeah. And
Nice.
another one that definitely I reread, Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, because of my work as a yoga teacher, and the Bhagavad Gita as
Bhagavad
well.
Gita, yeah, very beautiful. So I want to know that your favorite Bollywood movie.
Actually, it would not be the favorite Bollywood, maybe. It would be more like the Monsoon Wedding because it connects me to the initial connection to India.
India, okay.
I have a very deep love for that movie. Yes.
One habit you can't quit.
Dark chocolate.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
That's what they say. That's why I don't quit.
Yeah. So one mantra that defines you.
I'm gonna go for a real mantra. It is the Durga mantra, because my yoga teacher here from Delhi, he told me in one moment that I was feeling a bit low and a bit not valued as a woman. And he told me, chant the Durga mantra. You will regain your power. And it's true. I then taught this to my students as well, in moments of weakness, and yes, it gives you strength as a woman.
Very nice. So road journey or a flight?
Both. I love road journeys for the connection to the land, the landscapes, etc. And I love to have the freedom. Oh, let's stop here. Let's see this place, and then flight for longer places. Of course, how could I come to India that often without a flight?
Yeah. We had so much fun on
I
the
cannot
flight,
choose.
on road trips.
Exactly. I cannot
So
choose.
so I want to know that if you can define in a one word in a country that you have lived. I'll ask 3 because I know you've lived in many, and so we are ending the podcast. I want to know that how do you feel about Egypt in one word?
Egypt has been for me an expansion of who I was.
Spain.
Spain, vibrant, like the joy of living.
I can see that on your face. India.
Awakening of the inner power we have, all of us, within us.
So now this is our last question, and I want to know that how have grace and gratitude shaped your personal evaluation, and how can these 2 qualities transform the way we lead, love, and serve?
Wow, that's deep and beautiful. And I would say I will start with gratitude. Gratitude was before grace in my life. I learned soon to be grateful, because when I came to India, initially I was criticizing India for the things I was seeing with my European mindset. The moment I decided, who am I to judge? Who am I? So I said, no, I'm gonna be grateful for this experience I'm having. Mother India gave me so much love through gratitude that I learned when you are judging others, the circumstances, etc., I'm not talking about not seeing injustice and all this. No, that's different. But when you are in judging mode, the universe is going to give you a lot of opportunities to judge more, But when you are grateful, life, God, the universe gives you so many more opportunities to be grateful for. So gratefulness has shaped my way of operating in the world greatly, tremendously, till it's totally inbuilt in me, and life becomes easier. Grace, I had to learn it a bit more the harder way because, being a hyperachiever woman, many languages, many countries, this, that, sometimes you feel that you have to do everything on your own. The moment I realized, not mentally, the moment I realized in my heart, I'm not alone. I'm doing this together as a team. Then is when grace entered my life. When I realized that I had a team up there that is also helping my work here, then is when I opened my heart to grace. It became easier.
That's so beautiful. Yeah. On that note, I would like to express my gratitude to you for taking out time in your busy schedule. It was a short trip for you, and you're doing back to back conferences and ending meetings, and then you came all the way here for this podcast, and that means a lot to me. Together, I am sure that this podcast will leave a lasting impact on many who inspire to be a healer, mentor, or for that, a global leader. Women like you definitely heals through their stories. And with that note, I want to invite others who think that your stories are moving, connecting, and you are doing wonderful job in your own area. Please do connect with me through my Instagram, my Facebook. I will like to connect with you individually and want to connect and talk to you heart to heart, soul to soul, because I feel when two people talks, it's not only the conversation happen, it's the story which inspires, heals, connect, create a better world together. Thank you for coming on Grace and Gratitude with Shayve, uh, from all my heart.
From all my heart, and Shayve also, I'm so grateful I got to meet you. I always think that there is nothing by chance. We connected in Delhi last year,
Yes.
And I'm so glad I also got to know about you, about your journey, what you do also, philanthropically, because I'm also very connected, of course, as you know, with the NGO world. And we want, what I love? I love to connect with people and women, men and women who actually want to make this place better, because we are here to create heaven on earth. So I really appreciate your presence, your work, and your invite.
Oh,
of
thank
course,
you.
yes,
Thank you so
yes.
much. So
Thank you for being
if,
you.
if somebody wants to connect with you for future, for any collaborations, how they can reach out to you?
Yeah, of course, I'll be happy to connect. They can reach me on my Instagram. I'm not a super social media person, I must say, but yes, I do have my Instagram. They can connect via Instagram on Lou Perez, Perez, or on my website www.veda studio.com. And it will be my pleasure. I love to work with people who want to change the world, and they need to feel empowered, and they want to, transform. So I'm here for that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we will definitely put the links in the bio, and you can connect with Perez whenever you want to have a collaboration and want to invite her as a speaker, or for any future association or a partnership. And I want to add on here that this is not just another podcast. This is a conversation which will create a path for others to follow, to inspire, to listen, to hear, to be a better person in their life. And I would say that this is my way of paying my gratitude to what all that I have received in my life. I want to give back to the people who connected with me, people who've been there in my journey. I want to highlight their journey to inspire and connect and heal in many ways. Thank you so much for watching, listening. Thank you. And soon we'll are meeting with another new guest, new face, and new story. Thank you for watching.